And also acknowledge the Deputy Attorneys General in our office who have worked long and hard for this day to come so that there is justice, including Deputy Attorneys General Erica Flashner and J.S. Taylor, who is standing up here with me, including my Chief Deputy Attorney General, Alex Mackler, State Prosecutor and Chief of Staff, A.J. Roop. It is really, really important to acknowledge the work that Wilmington Police Department did for years. And that is a major impetus for us being here today. And that includes my friend and former colleague who is now retired, Mike Gifford, and Detective Devin Jones. It's been their relentless effort together with the prosecutors in our office for years that is brought us here today and that will bring justice for the Jordan Ellerby's family. And so I want to introduce his family to you, beginning with Sharon Fuller, Jordan's mom, Jakira Jordan, yes, his sister, Jasmine Jordan, Jordan's sister, Janae Ellerby, Jordan's sister, Ian Fuller, Jordan's uncle. And I think I mentioned everyone. Yes, yes, thank you. 8 years ago, almost to the day, 16-year-old Jordan Ellerby was shot and killed in Wilmington's Hilltop neighborhood. By all accounts, and what we know about Jordan's life through his family and through his reputation, is that he was just a wonderful kid. He was an innocent child. But as many in this room already know, his death quickly turned into him becoming a martyr in a years-long war between rival gangs, shoot to kill, and only my brothers. In the months and years that followed Jordan's death, the war between STK and OMB led to dozens of arrests and caused countless shootings, as well as the death of so many people, including the broad daylight murder of 15-year-old Brandon Wingo in May of 2016. This war against these gangs has left families' lives shattered, forever broken by the loss of their loved ones. But today we are one step, and one very important step, closer to justice for Jordan Ellerby. This week, following years of collaboration with our partners in Wilmington Police, the Department of Justice has indicted Oliver Henry for the following charges: murder in the first degree for the fatal shooting of Jordan Ellerby on January 23, 2015. Attempted murder first degree for the shooting of Benjamin Smith on January 23, 2015. Attempted murder first degree for the shooting of Troy Harvin on January 23, 2015. And attempted murder first degree for the attempted shooting of Benjamin Smith on January 2nd, 2015. Oliver Henry was apprehended by law enforcement on Tuesday evening and is being held on $2.5 million cash bail. It bears repeating, Jordan was only 16 years old. And somehow he still wasn't the youngest victim of this bloodshed. We are talking, and let's be brutally frank and honest about this, we are talking about kids killing other kids. We live in the most prosperous country in the world. And yet we have teenagers, practically children, arming themselves and going to war with each other. It is senseless. It is wrong. Make no mistake, The fact that Jordan was taken from his family, that this chain reaction was able to escalate so quickly and has gone on for so long, and that so many young lives have been lost in the city of Wilmington is the heavy toll we pay so that guns can proliferate in our communities, and even with our kids. Guns are made to do one thing, full stop. This is what it looks like. This is the aftermath of these murders. And without guns, we would not be standing here today. Companies like Glock suffer nothing when their products kill a child. But women like Jordan's mother do. Today, my heart is with those mothers and those families who pay the true cost of gun violence each and every day. I want to thank our prosecutors and Wilmington Police Department's Detectives Michael Gifford, who started this investigation, and Detective Devin Jones, who brought it to closure. We are here because of their work. The tenacity and diligence of these officers and of our trial team who have worked with them through day one until today is commendable. Every day our departments are laser focused on gang violence, on gun violence, because they are one and the same. Just last week we announced 28 new charges, including murder and attempted murder against North Pac gang members, on top of our work against STK, OMB, and MGS. Last year, we announced major charges against multiple gun traffickers across our state. And we just went a full year where gun violence, both in Wilmington and statewide, fell by 30%. That is because of the work of the people in this room. But we're still not satisfied. No parent should have to worry about whether their child will make it home. And we will not rest as long as they do. I thank you for your time today, and I will turn over the podium to Chief Wilfredo Campos.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney General. Good morning, everyone. First, I'd like to start out by thanking all our partners, including the Delaware Department of Justice. We work closely on cases on a daily basis, and we collaborate through our enhanced GunStat initiative to hold gun offenders accountable for their actions. But long-term investigations like this are a powerful reminder of just how important our partnerships are. This arrest is the result of an intensive investigation that has continued since the day of the murder in 2015. Even after this case went cold, our detectives have continued to dedicate time and effort to uncovering new leads in an effort to deliver justice on behalf of Mr. Ellerby. Thank you, guys. I could not be more proud of our investigators, including Detective Devin Jones and retired Sergeant Michael Gifford, and our Criminal Investigation Division. Their persistence is reflective of the dedication we see in each of our cases. Justice on behalf of Mr. Ellerby. I hope this arrest sends a strong message to those responsible for engaging in violence in Wilmington, that we will hold you accountable. If you're responsible for shooting someone or taking someone's life, we will bring you to justice. We will continue to dedicate resources to investigating these cases and holding offenders accountable, even if it takes years before we make an arrest. I also hope this arrest brings some closure and some comfort to the family of Mr. Ellerby and to our community as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And if you have questions, we have a few minutes to answer them. Yes.
This case, like, I guess if you count back 7 or 8 years, I wonder if there is ongoing cooperation with the community, and I don't know, if people who were in their teens at the time might know something, now young adults, maybe something changes in their minds to say, you know, was there some help in the community? If you don't want to identify in this case as an ongoing case, and some others, maybe people do come forward years later, and if so, what might drive that?
Sure. I'm not going to talk about the details of this investigation, and so I apologize in advance if my answers are a little bit broad-brushed. But we couldn't solve any murder case without the cooperation of community members. And so whether it takes 1 day, 1 year, or in this case, several years, we never stop looking for the people who are responsible for these horrific murders. We never stop prosecuting, and we never stop working with our police department to make this happen. And so it could be 1 year, it could be 8 years, it could be 10 years. But I think the message that we need to send to everyone in our city and in our state is that justice never rests.
I mean, without getting too specific, what was the final push that after all these years, we got him, this is it?
That's getting too specific. But, you know, look, this will all come out in court, and I encourage you to read the indictment and to become familiar with the people who are charged and who you will see too many victims in that indictment. I mean, there's one victim is one too many. But beyond that, I'm not going to comment on the specifics.
Hand back here from Lex.
I was asking the same thing, basically. What changed in the investigation that allowed today to occur?
Same answer, Lex.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right.
Family taking questions, or are you guys taking questions?
No.
Oh, okay.
So in conclusion, the people in the room that we really give our hearts out to are Jordan Ellerby's family. And so we're going to be with you every step of the way as we proceed with this prosecution and in the courtroom, most especially, as we seek justice for Jordan. Thank you. Any other words? Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I want to say bye.
Okay. Sounds good.